So first of all, I want to say, and I don't do this too often, how much I really enjoyed the movie, and you guys are both great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the key thing is just that you guys take turns.
I got you, like, boo-boo.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, I got you.
So, can you talk a little bit? Is this your first time at Sundance? Can you talk a little bit about your experiences so far being here?
This is my first time at Sundance, and it's been weird, and it's been, you know, I laughed, I cried. It's pretty cool out here. No complaints, really.
I got to share Meth's sentiments. I cried a lot, mostly in the mirror. And yeah, like Meth said, it's just a lot of white people. A bit too much. A bit too much. I need a little bit more color in my day.
You know what I'm saying? Can you talk a little bit about this? The film was screened twice, and I know the reactions both times have been very positive. Can you talk a little bit about, like, just, you know, being in that environment, surrounded by people really appreciating your work?
Oh, like I said, it's the first for me, and, you know, I got rushed on the street, and a lot of people wanted to take pictures and stuff with me, huh? You'd have to ask Josh.
I mean, it's an unreal experience, you know, the fact that people are really digging the movie, and just from here on, it's sort of out of our hands. We went and did our thing, and people really dug it, and it's been a blessed experience all the way around.
You gotta feel great, though. I mean, this man carried that whole movie, and to get 2 standing ovations and to know that you carried them, I mean, that's gotta be like.
It's been totally unbelievable, and a celebratory blunt's in order as soon as we get back to Cali.
Whoops. Talk a little bit about working with John and how you got to the project, and what was your reaction the first time you read the script?
Well, when I read the script, one scene that stood out for me, and I told him when we were at the premiere, was when Olivia's character goes to try to explain herself and why she broke his heart or whatever, and he stops her in the mid-sentence and tells her, no, I want to hold on to this. This is a first for me, you know, this heartbreak thing. I'm going to hold on. I thought that was major right there, especially being the guy who got his heart broke on a few occasions.
And you know that's Sir Ben's favorite part, too.
Yeah.
Isn't that a trip? So when I heard that, I'm like, yo, I got to make that scene dope. I was like, I got a lot to live up to.
And as far as working with John has a level of comfortability that it feels like it's like doing a documentary with one of your college homies. He's doing a school project, and it's like roll a camera, let you do what the hell you want to do up there. It's real cool.
What was your reaction when you first read the script? Were you like, shit, I'm doing this for sure? Like, this is great?
No, I would have paid them to let me do this movie. It was unreal. You know what I'm saying? Sir Ben has been my favorite actor since I can remember loving acting. You know, and that's been in print for a while. So I didn't just make it up to get the part. So it's like, you know, getting to work with Meth, who's just been a legend in my life for, you know, as long as I can remember. It was just an unbelievable experience all the way around, and just everyone was so philanthropic with their spirit and with their acting, and, you know, anything Sir Ben told me, you know, was gospel. So it was unbelievable.
And actually, I want to address these 2 things I really want to talk about. Number one, working with Sir Ben, and on top of that, he's hitting a bong in the movie. I mean, he's doing stuff when I saw the screen, people were just losing it, seeing what he does. But number 2, the music is such a huge part of this movie. And I really want to make sure we get that in and talk about the music. So can we talk a little bit about Sir Ben first and just working with him?
I mean, Sir Ben, the first day I was on set, came up to me and gave me a hug and said, "This part chose you." And from there on, it was just the most comfortable situation because he was so gracious. And when you get to that level, as you know, I'm sure Meth knows, a lot of people don't have to be that way, and they let it go to their head. And it was, you know, the fact that he was willing to bring me up with him. And when you're in the presence of greatness, I mean, you just can't help to try to go to their level and do your best. And you know, the hip hop is such a huge part of it. I mean, '94 was probably the best year of hip hop ever. And I mean, Meth is like, has such an intimate relationship with, I mean, he's part of a family of the greatest. And, you know, I'm sitting next to greatness.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's actually what I want to talk to you about. I mean, you are a huge part of that movement and about that music.
Yeah.
How did you know, John ask you any questions about stuff? Or, I mean, he seems like he's really knowledgeable about that.
Honestly, I think, like he said, the part chose him. Well, John chose me for this part, and yo, man, just sitting there, during the film because we didn't hear the music when we did our scenes. I knew that our scene had a Biggie Smalls track in it, you know, whatever. But sitting there through the film and watching the movie, and the music basically bridged a lot of the. I mean, it kind of connected the story and pushed it along, you know, like a great big music video, really. And it's hard to be nostalgic about, you know, '94 because it wasn't that long ago. But you can't help but feel that, you know, that feeling of nostalgia, just, you know, hearing those songs and recollecting where you were at that time, you know. And '94 was real big for my group. And that was when we basically came in the game. A year before that, I dropped my album in '94. I was riding a high wave. I won a Grammy. So, I mean, this movie really, you know, its music and as far as the storyline and everything holds something really close to me just for that era, the whole '90s.